Good morning, good afternoon, whatever it is, wherever you are. It's me again, Jen. Hello! And it is Monday. It is the 8th of February, and we are still reading from the Tarot of the Divine. And it is a tarot deck that has been lent to me by my dear friend and student Taylor. And she was super gracious to let me read these for the entire month. And I hope that she will get as much insight and kind of ideas from these cards as the rest of you do. So, without a further ado, let's see what myth or folklore or deity we have to deal with today in our Tarot of the Divine as things jump out at me. All right, let's see what we got. Haha, it is the Fool. And I gotta say, I'm fairly certain I know this story. I'm gonna guess that it is The Little Mermaid. And I think that's actually an excellent example of the Fool. So, the Fool is, of course, the zero card in the major arcana. The Fool is sort of the character who goes on the journey and meets all of the other characters or situations of the major arcana. It is the Fool's story, the Fool's journey. So, having the Little Mermaid be the Fool is really great, I think, for a couple of reasons. One is you get an easy, hey, she's on a cliff kind of situation, but also the Fool is pretty much your quintessential fish out of water, pun intended, and goes on to experience things as kind of a new person, and they can never really go back home because they are too changed by all the things that have happened to them. Feeling that? Yeah, Little Mermaid kind of gives up all of the things that she's familiar with, gives up the experiences that she's had since childhood, tosses those all away for a chance to do something totally crazy. Now, the Fool in a traditional deck is, of course, the traveler with the little pack and the little dog. And I love that in this case, it's not a little dog, but a bunch of little fish who are trying to tell the mermaid, no, come back, stay with us where it's safe and you know what's going on. But she really just wants to go. She doesn't care that she's literally kind of jumping off a cliff into a different world. She is transforming into something else. And that is the energy of the Fool, is that you take what little you have, leave everything behind, and try something new and crazy, no matter what the consequences are. So I usually try to tell you guys if the card comes upright or inverted. And I gotta say, lately, these cards have been coming up inverted, and it's not just in these single day readings. In a lot of the readings that I'm doing with these cards, the cards have been coming up inverted. So I'm a little curious about that. If anybody has any insight on why might that be, I'm open to it because can think of a few reasons. Maybe they miss Taylor. Maybe they are just not a deck that's meant for me, which it would sadden me if they are not a deck that is meant for me because I think they're absolutely gorgeous. And I'm contemplating getting my own set after this month is out, along with a longer list of other cards that I would love to have in my collection. But I really like that. So this card did come up inverted, what I was getting at. And what I like about that in the case of The Little Mermaid is that hesitance. And yes, I'm going to go into the world of Disney for this one because the hesitance is so visually compelling in The Little Mermaid, where she is holding that pen and isn't sure if she wants to sign the contract. And that's that energy of an inverted Fool card is, well, let me think about it. How long do I have to think about it? And really the journey has already begun. Once she walked into Ursula's realm, her cave, the journey had already begun. There was really no turning back at that point. And the Fool is in the same situation. He has walked himself out onto a cliff and he can't really go back. There's nowhere else to go. So he has to kind of go with it and see what happens. So that's the energy of that when it's inverted, is the hesitancy, the uncertainty. I want to look and see and make sure that it is the Little Mermaid in here. Even though I'm pretty sure. And yes, look at that. The Denmark fairy tale, the Danish fairy tale of the Little Mermaid. Carefree and excited by a new life, regardless of warnings. That's pretty much the long and short of the Fool. So I do love that she's looking at the castle in the distance because she sees the bright future rather than the cliff that she's on the edge of and the potential for all the pain and suffering that she not only may cause to herself but to everyone around her because, change inevitably touches everyone's lives. So I would say that that's a pretty interesting Monday card as we go into a work week where, hey, try something new, try something different. If you've been hesitant on doing something until Monday morning, you saw your emails on Friday afternoon and said it'll wait till Monday. I'm thinking that maybe it's not a thing to wait too much longer on. Maybe push forward and give it a chance. I love the Fool card in almost every deck that I've ever looked at because I do feel like if the Fool card fits the deck, all the other cards kind of fill in the gaps with that. And if the Fool card is like, no, I don't, it doesn't jive with whatever the story is supposed to be, it kind of doesn't gel. I don't know, but that's just me. I think that the Fool card is the very essence of every deck. So until next time, I hope you're enjoying this deck and some of the other ones that we've looked at. And stay safe, stay healthy, stay happy, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.